And the question with the Cincinnati Bengals is a very simple one. Do the Cincinnati Bengals go worst to first?
Not first. The Ravens are too good. The Ravens are way too good. But I have faith in Joe Burrow coming back, being healthy. He should never have started last year. He should never have played a snap last year.
I agree. He was much more injured than they were letting on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so he had his wrist issue. He got his wrist surgery and his wrist injury, but he was also hurt with his leg before that. Like, he was 0% ready to play last year, and they still had him go in. They were trying to, hopefully what their thing was get him in there, get to the playoffs, and see what they can figure out, and hopefully he'd be better by then. Not going to happen, dude. I'm so happy that I'm honest. I'm going to say I'm happy he got injured so he can actually properly can take some time off. Like, he got injured in the view of the public to where they know that he has to take time off. And it wasn't something that the organization could be like, oh, well, he's doing okay. Thumbs up. Like,
that's true.
He needed the time off. He needed to get healthy. He needed to get repaired, basically. I love Joey B. I mean, and this new look, man, he's coming out fresh with that.
Hey, you know what?
You okay?
Casino, with that haircut, guess who's back? Back again.
Back again.
It's Joe Burrow. Tell a friend. I'm telling you. But
so for those who haven't looked,
he's
got just bite your tongue.
Oh, you'll see it.
Come here.
You'll see it in the thumbnail for this episode. You'll see what Joe Burrow, if you go on YouTube and watch this clip or this full episode, Joey B's new hairstyle will be the thumbnail for this episode. But let's talk about what happened last season with the Bengals. Obviously, Joe Burrow was out basically the entire year, right? He was only in the first month.
Yeah.
They still finished, however, 9-8, which again, the coaching in the AFC North, top to bottom, might be the best in the league. They don't have one bad head coach in that entire division. They are 9-8.
I mean, Tomlin's always been one of my favorite coaches.
Yeah, well, even Stefanski with the Browns, like, to go 11.
True. I mean, what Stefanski did was prophecy. Like, it was just insane. Like, that should never have happened. But Tomlin, I mean, the fact that he's never had a losing season is in 20 something years is just insane.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Thank you, Michaela.
But last year they finished total defense again 9-8 with these stats is insane. In total defense, they were 31st in the league, 28th against the pass, 26th against the run. In total offense, they were 22nd, 15 against the pass, 31st against the run. Zach Taylor's coming back. Who else do they have? These are the ones I did not get to write down. Dan Pitcher is the offensive coordinator. First year as an offensive coordinator. He was the quarterbacks coach for this same Bengals team for the past 3 years. And then on defense, they are bringing in Lou, a name I'm going to butcher, Anarumo, where he is been the defensive coordinator since 2019. So their defense last year, 31st in the league. Their O-line going into this year, 21st in the league, which has been a constant and persistent issue since this Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow combination has been in Cincinnati. They can just not figure out the offensive line. I don't know why, but just some teams, there's certain positions and skill groups they just never wrap their head around. For the Bengals, it seems to be the offensive line that is the issue. Now, for this upcoming season, Vegas likes him as much as we do, Casino, because they finished 9-8 last year. Their over under is 10.5. Both of us are saying over. I mean, like
I said, there is a real possibility if the Ravens or the Bengals can beat the Chiefs,
in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Not even that, but no, don't put that in the dog water. That's gross. Gross, kid. No, if one of these two teams can beat the Chiefs in the divisional round, that we could have a Ravens Bengals AFC Championship. I could very much well see it. Yeah.
They lost Joe Mixon, as we talked about last episode. They brought in Zach Moss, the running back from the Colts, still have Jamar Chase, still have T. Higgins. They did, however, bring in a move I love, Mike Gesicki, the tight end from the Dolphins. Their tight end that they had I loved Mike Gesicki in Miami, and now he's going to the Bengals. Their defense, however, is the biggest question mark with this team because, again, 31st in the league last year, but down season every way you want to look at it for this team. They brought in Sheldon Rankins, the defensive tackle, who got $26 million on a 2-year deal. So they are hoping next to Trey Hendrickson that they bolster this defense. What is the outlook for this Bengals team, Casino? Do you think Joe Burrow stays healthy this season? I know we hate talking about injuries, but obviously that's the biggest concern with this team.
Yes, I do think he stays healthy because I think that since they had the time to get him healthy, I do think he's good there. And when it comes to their defense, I mean, honestly, this defense could be one of their better defenses in a good while. That's what they were lacking. Obviously, you can't be worse than what you were last year. You
can be one worse. You can be 32nd.
So they were 31st. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, I really do think with all the people they brought in for defense that they've focused where they needed to focus. It was never their offense. Their offense is going to be just fine. But I really do think that they brought in the right pieces to fix this defense.
Brought in a bunch of safeties, signed the big defensive tackle, drafted the big guy, Chris Jenkins, defensive tackle from Michigan in the second round. First round, they drafted again. They knew where
they needed to fill in, and they did it. They didn't do that thing where it was like, oh, we need these spots, so let's do a couple spots. Like, let's still get a receiver, let's still do this, and then we get a couple pieces. No, they focused solely on defense in the offseason, and they did an outstanding job.
Yeah.
I think they did an outstanding job.
With the first round pick, they tried to bolster that offensive line. They got Amarius Mims from Georgia. I love reading offensive linemen just size, Casino. This man drafted first pick.
No. He's a child still, man. Come on.
Wait till you read till I read how big he is. The 18th pick in the first round, offensive tackle, 6'8", 340 pounds. Dear Lord. From Georgia, then like Casino just said, defensive tackles, second and third round. They did get Jermaine Burton from Alabama in the third round as their wide receiver. Hopefully, what?
Sorry, I just found a really funny Joe Burrow picture.
Wait, send it to me. It might be the thumbnail, but
you got it. I'll do my best here. I had to save the image onto my computer. This would be great.
But yeah, I like this Bengals team, but again, everything rests on the arm of Joe Burrow and him being able to stay healthy. I do think this is a bounce back year for this Cincinnati Bengals team. I don't think it's worst to first, like Casino said, because I still think the Ravens will.
I didn't say they were going to be worst to first.
No, I said I agree with you.
Oh.
That you don't think they're going to be worse to first, because I still think Ravens are going to be the best team in this league, even though I am scared that the Ravens' basically entire offensive line had to be rebuilt. So that's concerning. However, this might be the best division once again in football, and who knows? Who knows what happens?